October the 10th, 2024. This day will be remembered in history because it's the day Rafael Nadal has announced his retirement from tennis, and the reaction has been crazy. Everybody has had their say on social media, and this is some of the reactions. Like I said, everybody has had their say today on this mega news. So this episode could have been an hour in itself. I've condensed it into just some of the big names in tennis and sport. And I think there's no one bigger than Novak Djokovic. He is the guy with the most Grand Slams. He said that he respects Rafa so much. They've played so many matches against each other. Probably the greatest rivalry in tennis. And this is what Novak had to say. He said, Rafa, one post is not enough to express the respect I have for you and what you have done for our sport. You have inspired millions of children to start playing tennis, and I think that's probably the greatest achievement anyone can wish for. Your tenacity, dedication, fighting spirit is going to be taught for decades. Your legacy will live forever. Only you know what you had to endure to become icon of tennis and sport in general. And there's an image of the two of them on a flight where they randomly turned up together. I believe it was on their way to play Indian Wells. And we wasn't expecting them on the same plane, and it happened. And it's one of the most recent photos of the two of them. He then went on to say, thank you for pushing me to the very limit so many times in our rivalry that has impacted me the most as a player. Your passion for representing Spain has always been remarkable. I wish you the best possible farewell in Malaga with the Davis Cup team of Spain. I will be there in person to pay respect to your stellar career. So the big news there is Novak Djokovic has announced he'll be there in Malaga to send off Rafael Nadal. And what a send-off it's going to be. You can imagine, I think everyone's going to be there. On Instagram, he shared something a little bit funnier, an image of them two sitting in a hot tub together. Very strange choice of imagery, but I thought it was quite funny. Moving on, we've got Roger Federer, of course. He's come out and said, what a career, Rafa. Always hoped this day would never come. Thank you for the unforgettable memories and all of your incredible achievements in the game we love. It's been an absolute honour. We've got Cristiano Ronaldo, the most followed person on Instagram. He's wrote a message in Spanish. I don't have the translation here. You've got Vinicius Jr. from Real Madrid as well. You've got Toni Kroos. We know he's obviously a big Real Madrid fan, so loads of them players from all over the sport. We've had big journalists. Pretty much everyone has had their say today. But yeah, crazy that Ronaldo was one of the quickest people to come in and send his messages to Rafael Nadal. We had Alcaraz. He wrote a message in Spanish, and he said, from the child who watched you on television and dreamed of becoming a tennis player to the one who had an immense gift of playing alongside you at Roland Garros, representing Spain in the Olympic Games. Thank you very much for being an example at all levels. Your legacy is unrepeatable. I have enjoyed you very much, and I'll miss you very much when you leave after the Davis Cup. Rafa. Very sad, isn't it? I mean, it's slowly dawning on me that this is real. You can see the image of Alcaraz and Rafael Nadal, who didn't look very pleased in that photo. A lot more pleased when they played the Olympics together, and that was a magical moment. We never know. We may see them play together very soon at the Six Kings event in Saudi. But Alcaraz is never going to forget some of these very special moments he's had in a close proximity to Rafa. Rafa's supported him every Grand Slam. They're both from Spain. And I'm sure we're going to see Rafael Nadal in the stands supporting Alcaraz in the not too distant future. Next up, world number one, Yannick Sinner. He said, thank you, Rafael Nadal, for everything you have given to the sport. To have the chance to spend a few weeks training with you a few years ago is something I'll never forget. To watch you work as an athlete, but also to get to know you as a person off the court was even more special. A true legend of the game who paved the way and taught so many of us how to be as good a player as a person. You will be missed on the tour. Yeah, I mean, they've another two who have played a lot together, and he's given a lot of time to Sinner in the early years when Sinner was very skinny and struggling physically. Rafa was there practicing with him, playing with him. And we spoke a lot about the character of Rafael Nadal, and there's an extended version of this in the press conference from Shanghai. So I recommend having a look if you've not seen it. We had Casper Ruud. We know Casper Ruud is someone who come through the academy, a massive Rafan. And he said, I still remember when I watched you win your first Roland Garros title. I was 6 years old, and from that moment, I dreamed of becoming a professional tennis player myself. Every time I got the chance to watch you play, it motivated me to become better, so that maybe one day I got to meet you. The hard work paid off, just as you showed every day of your career. Thank you for inspiring me and millions of other kids around the world, and for everything you've given you. We've given you this sport. Your legacy will continue to inspire, and I hope you enjoy your deserved rest and the next chapter in your career. Gracias, amigo. And they've played in Grand Slam finals against each other. Rafael Nadal has killed him on both occasions. But Casper Ruud has always looked up to him so much, and I think maybe at his own detriment at times, because he struggled when he played Nadal. I think he was in too much admiration from start through to the finish. Nicholas Kyrgios, and he said, damn, I had nightmares that woke me up about Rafa. I'm going to miss them. This was someone that I used to prepare for. He was a motivation, I guess an inspiration. It's true. People do bring the best out of you. You are one of those people. Damn. And just highlighting Kyrgios, who's had his back and forth with most players on tour. Nadal was no exception. Nadal never really come back to him too much, but we know there was a few frosty moments at Wimbledon over the years and other events. But now when he's retired, it's the time to respect your fellow competitors. And he did motivate Nick Kyrgios. He motivated everyone on tour, and he motivated his fans. I'm one of the fans. I've been motivated so much by watching Rafael Nadal transform the sport from where it was to where it is now. And I truly believe there's never been a player as competitive in any sport as Rafael Nadal. What a career he's had. Just a complete warrior. And it's going to be a sad place without him. But thank you for the memories, Rafa. And here are just some of the reactions from the tennis world. There we go. I think I'm going to wrap it up there before I cry my eyes out. And I don't have time to go through all of the tributes from Rafael Nadal. There are thousands of them. Just type his name in social media and you can go through them for yourself. This is just me rounding up some of the big ones. And one thing to note, we will see him play again. We will hopefully see him in the event in Saudi. And of course, we will see him at the Davis Cup. And remember, his record representing Spain at the Davis Cup is very similar to Roland Garros. He's got a 97 win % record. So hopefully we see some more victories. I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.